Hi, in this video I'll be showing you this. It's the Bosch BGBS4HYGGB corded cylinder vacuum cleaner. What I want to do today is to show you around the vacuum some of the features and benefits that it offers. Just before I start, I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just give us a quick thumbs up. What I do is I'll talk about household appliances. I do specialise in vacuum cleaners, and there's normally a bit of tech in there as well. Anyway, first thing we need to do is to get the vacuum unboxed. I normally like to do this just really to see how the manufacturers are packaging the vacuums. Some manufacturers have really come on as far as the amount of recyclable material, something that I quite like. I'm not too much of a fan of all these plastic bags, but at least it doesn't look like there are too many in there. So we've got the main floor head. The first item. At least these items haven't been bagged. There's absolutely no point in putting in there. So we've got three other tools as well. What have we got? So we've got the main lance. So I do like it when this is a metal pole. Much stronger. Quite a few manufacturers are going towards plastic tubes, and it doesn't work. You do find that over time they do break, so I'm really pleased that Bosch have stuck with metal tubes here. We've got the main flexible hose. That's good, that feels nice and strong. And then lastly we have got the vacuum cleaner itself. So it's quite a nice compact design. I must say I do like the colour of it. The white with the I suppose turquoisey green that's on there. That's quite a nice detail on there. And what else have we got? We have got some other bits in here. So we've got a couple of other accessories, but we'll have a look at those in a moment. And then really the final things are going to be something to do with the warranty. So this one has got a 10-year motor guarantee, but I'll cover that a bit more in a moment. And you've got the cheeky little book of instructions. I must say I'm not too much of a fan of instructions. If you've followed me on YouTube for a while, you know that this is almost my last resort if I'm really not sure on something. But anyway, we'll put those to one side and let's get this all cleared up, and then we'll start to look at the vacuum cleaner. If you followed me on YouTube for a while, then you'll know that I'm quite an advocate of the cordless vacuum concept. I've talked about cordless vacuums for years. I must admit I've not done a huge amount of video content on corded vacuums, where you've got the old-fashioned cord, I suppose, as I'd call it. There is still a place for corded vacuums, and personally I do think that the suction on a corded vacuum is better than on a cordless, although the pickup ability may be better on a cordless one. Anyway, that's a different conversation. Anyway, this is one of the latest cylinder models that Bosch are making, and overall it's a nice compact design. It's only around 4.5 kilograms in weight, so although it does weigh a little bit more than, say, a cordless vacuum, you're not actually carrying it around, I suppose, because it's wheeling around on the floor and you've only got the hose and the accessories to hold. Then that actually makes it very good if you struggle with your hands or if you want something that's very lightweight. As far as the underside, you've got the wheels on here, so that just makes the mobility of the vacuum very good. Just means it's the only reason I point out that it's got these wheels, it's got the 4 wheels. Some of them only have 3. It just makes it a little bit more awkward. It doesn't move around quite as well. But at least if you're on, say, a hard floor, something like a wood floor that can be a little bit noisy sometimes, then because these wheels are rubber, then it just makes it a little bit quieter as well. If you go back quite a few years, motor wattages were way higher than they are now. You're going into the realms of 1800 or 2000 watts. Some of the models were even going higher than that. Nowadays, we're down to 600 watts. But really with motor technology, that it has come on quite a lot, especially over the last, say, 4 or 5 years, then it just means that the suction and the pickup ability has really increased. So you're not losing out at all. Sorry, I just feel like I'm hugging it, stood here. Anyway, talking about the motor, as I mentioned earlier, it does come with a 10-year warranty on the motor. So that's just the motor itself. It's not for the rest of the vacuum. You will see It's got the 10-year motor guarantee. So that's really good, because what it means is that Bosch are happy with the quality of the motor and they're happy to guarantee that it's going to last for 10 years. If it doesn't, then they'll get it sorted out for you. Clearly, depending on what you're vacuuming, you don't always want the full suction on all the time. So what we've got here, you've actually got 3 power settings. Depending on the floor surface that you're vacuuming, you'll also find that, say if you were using it just as the accessories, then you wouldn't really need the full suction. So you've got 3 different options on here, and you just rotate it using the dial. Clearly, for it to operate, you're going to need to plug it in. The mains lead is located at the bottom of the vacuum. You've actually got a 7-metre cable on this, so it is a very good length to work with. Also, once you add on the length of the hose and accessories, then that's about another 3 meters. So what Bosch claim is that you've got around a 10-meter operating radius, which is actually really good. And then when it comes to winding it back in, you've got the automatic cord rewind. So all you do is you just pull it a little bit more, take it back, and then that stores underneath. So on this model, you've still got the bag within the vacuum. I'll just open the lid, just show you this. Now this style of bag, Bosch have made for years. I'd always recommend, when you're using something like this, to try and stick with the genuine bags. I know they can be a little bit more expensive than some of the aftermarket bags, but you will find that what this does is this will use like filtration within the bag. But this is a G All, that's the one, and if you're going to go and buy the bags, then I'll post a link here because I found these at quite a good price. But that's the model number of the bag. But as far as the capacity on this, just to give you an idea, this is around 4.5 litre capacity. So just put that into context, I suppose 4.5 litres doesn't mean a huge amount for a lot of people. But if you're comparing this to, for example, the Dyson V8 cordless vacuum, then at 4.5 litres for this model, the Dyson V8 has a bin capacity, because it's bagless as well, so that has a bin capacity of 0.54 litres. So at around half a litre for the Dyson compared to 4.5 litres, it's a huge difference. So I know with this you need to change the bags, and clearly with a bagless vacuum all you're doing is emptying the bin, but it's just really to put it into context. As far as the filtration, I've already mentioned that part of the filtration is used within the bag itself. The other part is using this filter. So this again is a high quality filter, so if you do suffer with things like allergies, then this could be one to go for. Just a note that I suppose the little handle here can be a little bit stiff when you first take it out. That just clips back into place, but just to take it out initially, I suppose for the first couple of goes, you might just need to get a screwdriver just to ease it up a little bit. You find with a lot of plastics, when they're new, they can be a little bit stiff, but that's nothing to worry about anyway. So now I'll show you some of the tools and accessories that this model comes with. First one is this. I've already showed you this. This was the metal pole, or the telescopic tube as they call it, and what they can do is when you're using it, you just press that and it will extend, and you can lock it in between. So I suppose really depending on your height and how you like to vacuum, some people like it all the way extended, or perhaps if you're a little bit shorter, then you just want to lock that into place part way down. So again, I'm really pleased that Bosch, I know I mentioned it earlier, but I'm really pleased that Bosch have put the metal tubes in here. And then as far as the accessories, this is the first one it comes with. That's the standard crevice tool. I suppose a lot of vacuums have these. That's very good for getting down the corner of, say, sofas, or if you need to get into a tight spot. If you vacuum in your car and if you need to go down the side of your car seat, then that's probably the main one to use. That's a longer than standard, so that's an extra long crevice tool, and I suppose that's useful for those two purposes that I've just mentioned. And the next one is this. That's like an upholstery brush. So if you were vacuuming, say, your sofa or stairs, that's probably the main one to use. You want to notice you've got a clip on here, so you can attach some of these tools onto the main pole itself. The next one is this. This is a mattress tool. This is a kind of tool that Bosch have made for quite a few years. It's a slightly wider tool than I suppose the first one I just mentioned, the upholstery tool. And the main advantage of this, if you're going to vacuum your mattress, then that's quite a good one to use. Then you've got the main floor head. You will notice that it's not a motorised floor head. This is just purely relying on the suction rather than having a roller going around. That can have quite a few advantages. Clearly you're not going to have the problem with things like hair getting caught around the roller, but on this model you have got two options. So you can either have the brushes up, or if you're to just click that down, then you've got some fairly stiff bristles just under here. So if you've got animals that molt and if you've got hair on your carpet, then that's quite a good option to use. That just really helps to get the hair up. And then when you finish with that, then just clip it back, and then that sends the brushes back up into the main floor head. And the final accessory it comes with is this. This is the parquet floor tool. You will notice that you've got quite a few stiff bristles under here. This accessory is ideal for hard floors. So if you've got things like tiles, slate, wood, and any kind of hard floor, even things like vinyl flooring in kitchens, then that kind of accessory is a really good one to choose. And then of course you've got the flexible hose. That's quite a good length as well, and I must say I'm impressed with the quality of it. It does feel like it's going to last for some time. And to use this, all you do is you just pop that into there, it just clips into place, and then to release it you just got the two little handles on the side, so you just clip that in like that. That's nice and easy. As far as the storage, I know for some people the storage ability of the vacuum is quite important, but you have got the option to store this at the bottom. So what I mean by that is that when you've got everything connected, that goes that way, and if it was fully extended, that just clips in like that. So that's just an example of how the vacuum can look when it's stored. You just got a little like a parking accessory, I think they call it. That's really important. Now I know it's only a little feature, but I personally think that's a really good idea. If you're thinking of buying one of these models, I have provided a link below to show you where to get one at a competitive price. Hope you enjoyed this quick video on the Bosch BGBS4HYGGB corded cylinder vacuum cleaner. Always takes me a while to remember some of those model numbers. It seems to get longer and longer nowadays. Anyway, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would appreciate that. Just give us a quick thumbs up, leave any comments below. I'd always ask for comments, whether it's good or bad, about the video. I do read all the comments. Anyway, if you've got any questions on the vacuum, I have got this on display, so just pop in the comments. Also, if you have got one of these, or a similar model from the Bosch cylinder range, then let me know what you think about it, because I'd always appreciate the feedback. Thanks for watching.